Welcome back to Crusader Kings, and what I think will be the final episode of this. This was a research series, as I said, to check out the wonders, but also to check out the current state of Mythos and see whether it was appropriate to incorporate into, well, not to incorporate, but to base the Mad World mod on. So Mad World will be obviously a mini mod, I guess, or a sub mod of Mythos. I've kind of changed my mind on that. Like I said last time, I think that I'm pretty much against making Mythos so core to it when I'm going to be using so few features. The more I look around the map, the weirder things get, right? Obviously, first things first, you've got sunny Russian Norse Lithuania. You've got Asgard. You've got Horsemen of Scotland. How has this happened? An undead white. You've got a zombie horde in Scotland. Aztec rebellions everywhere. It's a state. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. Like I was saying, Mythos is a little bit too heavy of stuff that we just don't want, that I would never use. And although it would save me a little time with certain things, I don't want to incorporate it. It wouldn't feel like a submod. It would feel like Mythos is a submod, or I'm basically just using it for its graphics at that stage, and that doesn't seem right to me. So I'm not going to be doing that. Seeing as dragons are in base game CK2 now as well, we're good. Nothing to worry about there. So as I said, I'm going to start working on the Mad World mod very, very soon, or continue work on it, but I'm going to not worry about the Mythos side of things, so we'll just enjoy it while it's still around here. What is this? The Legendary Philosopher's Stone, which I'm pretty sure we already friggin' have. Sure. Another issue with Mythos, a little bit rough around the edges, you know, it's not quite perfect. Case in point, gives us the Philosopher's Stone. We've already got one, but it's just giving us the trait back for some reason. It is another form of immortality, because you can't set immortality via artifacts, which I assume is why they're doing it. It's like I said, a little rough around the edges, but it's a fun little mod. We might play it on Series A at some stage if I get some good ideas for it. So I want to see what the I want to see what the Wonder Endgame looks like, but I'm not entirely sure we're ever gonna get there. Based on the rate we're going right now, see, stage 2 is 60% done. So I've got a couple of options here. I could just blast through on speed 5, and speed 5 in this is very slow because it's quite a dense mod, as you can imagine. It basically changes a huge amount of gameplay mechanics, cultures, religions, etc. So I could blast through on speed 5 for a very, very long time and just sort of keep an eye on things but not really drive it. Obviously, the issues with that are staying at peace is a bad idea. We could get conquered by somebody because we are powerful but not super powerful. We've only got 9,000 men. I'm also missing out on a lot of, okay, well, there we go. Lord of Gotland becomes Swedish, thank you. Miss out on a lot of other stuff as well. So I'm not sure. I suppose I could just go observe, but then, of course, if we go observe, chances are our realm's going to fall apart very, very quickly, and we're going to lose control of everything. I want to find out what the endgame is like, but there's unfortunately no way to really speed it up, because it's not affected by build time modifiers, to my knowledge, so there's not really any way we can do with that. So, what else have we got going on up here? Legendary, oh, of course, let's start the Legendary Gathering, see if we can at least get that done, because I've not actually really done this successfully before. We did it as, Eagle Thrug in the Canary Islands for a little bit, but that was essentially it, right? I would really love to see the endgame for these a little bit more, though. But like I said, it was a research series, always see what this is about, and I do like some of these new things they've added there. Remember when we took Glitterhoof down to the Torch Chamber? That was a highlight of the series. That was, pretty funny, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, we're on to bigger and better things. We've seen Mythos before, so we know what it's about. And, you know, it was just a short thing to cover us before we go on to the next series, which I won't. I've talked about it a little bit, but I won't talk about it anymore just in case people haven't seen it and don't want to be spoiled. I do like that, though. The many, many wonders of Sweden there kicking around. Oh, shit. So not only are we going to get a bloodline out of the legend here, but we're also going to get one out of this as well. Become Paragon of Virtue, Prosperity, Knowledge to the round. They remember fear, I'll find my own path. What I will say, if you guys are interested, I could put up the... Obviously, you guys know what the mod pack is, because it's fully in the description below. Put up the save if people are interested in picking up where I'm leaving off here, because it's not as if we've been playing for too long. 3 generations. We've only got a handful of counters. You've got a reform religion. You've got a powerful character to kick you off here. Besides that, though, you're more or less on your own. It's just a regular giant playthrough, and the world is in a bit of a mess, so there's plenty of stuff to do. It's not like there's a big... With a normal campaign, I'm a little apprehensive to release a save game, because by that, it's like, what? Okay, we've got Rome. Here you go. Here's a Rome save game. What are you going to do with that? But with this, there's still shit tons to do. So if people want that, let me know, and I will... or I'll just put it preemptively in the video description. We'll do that. I'll become... What do we think? Like, prosperity and knowledge, and maybe see if we can go for build time with that, see if it'll affect the wonders. But I am probably going to, just as a warning here, do what I said. Go into observe mode, and then just blitz through 100 years or so we can check out what these wonders have got going on for the end game, because it was first and foremost a research series. But I want to leave the realm in the biggest, the strongest position possible, so that when we go into observe, it's not, we're not going to come back and everything's going to be torn down, all our wonders are going to be lost or anything, so that would sort of defeat the point, huh? I would like to leave Fylkyr Bergelmir with the best chance that he's got there. Sheogoratha becomes an Arcane Master, an ambitious Arcane Master. He's a very good kid, actually. Holy shit. Shrewd, Perceptive, Arcane Master, Ambitious. These are all obviously incredibly good traits. Like, insanely good traits. I'll turn knowledge into gold. Not that I think we need it at this stage. But yeah, we'll quickly blitz through, see what else we can grab here. So why don't we just grab the rest of Sweden? What can we do? We get Great Holy War for Sweden. That seems pretty fun. Let's do that. Let's take the whole goddamn thing. Even though that would have been better to use on, say, Norway, for example, because we've got a fair amount of Sweden anyway. We've got Uppland, we've got 4 provinces there, and of course Gotland as well. So, I mean, it might have been better to use that against Norway. Now, how does the Great Holy War work as Pagan? It's not the same as the Crusade mechanics. It is just an old-school Great Holy War. You raise your troops, you do as much damage as possible, and then you get all their land, right? Okay, let's do it then, team. We gained Surtur's Fire, so that is something interesting to know about the hiccups, good God. That is something interesting to know about Mythos, is although there's weird polish in weird places, one thing they have done is added unique Holy War Crusade mechanics to... Surtur's Fire is obviously not the base game one. Fighting as part of Surtur's host, his characters hastened the twilight of the gods by fighting for the Jotun faith. That's cool. I was kind of surprised they didn't just use the regular old Norse one for that. Again, they got polish in weird places in this one. It's a good thing, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it is very interesting. Now, another thing I wanted to discuss here, I sort of had this idea earlier. I've played a lot of CK2 mods. Like, a fair amount. I mean, you've only got to look at the channel and see that there's literally hundreds of hours of me playing CK2 mods of all different varieties, all different, you know, worlds and fantasy properties or whatever, or you know, obviously our own worlds that we're making here. What would you guys think of a, like, mod review series? A more technical breakdown of things, maybe giving it, like 5-star or 0 out of 10 in particular value, so, like, polish or gameplay mechanics or cultures, religions, assigning that all a value and then coming up with sort of a balanced argument and giving the pros and cons for mod as well. I thought that might be a good little thing for people getting into CK2 modding, who maybe have heard of a mod but don't really know what it's about, giving a brief overview of it, its mechanics, and then my personal opinion on, you know, because I can give a sort of technical aspect of things as well, given that I have a little bit of modding experience in CK2 myself. Not to immortalize my name, I might leave an indelible mark on the Jotnar Fylkyr. Arts and philosophy, I think, gives us the build time reduction, right? I think. Or is this the one that we just attract great philosophers? I think it gives us one building bonus anyway, so we'll go for that. But yeah, no, I can give it a little bit of a technical aspect to that as well, because like I said, I've experienced building mods. I've built many different types of mods of different varieties and societies, religions, cultures, you name it. Just quickly, even making mods before streams, like I did for that Jerry King stream the other day. And even, in fact, I believe we're playing the same mod that I made for that one now. I bet if I take a look, there's probably Jerry King religion kicking around the world, which seems a little bit heretical in hindsight, because this does not... Jerry King does not deserve to be on this cursed plane. I'm just kind of interested if I am still using that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, earlier. Jane, Hindu. Okay, after Hindu, we've got J. Okay, Jane, after Jane, there's going to be J, as in Jerry King. I can't know how to do the alphabet. How old am I? And I still don't know my alphabet. Well, I obviously clearly do. It's just easier to do it that method. Right, please. How many of you people can there be? I don't mean you people in like a... Anyway, moving on. J-E-W. So it's going to be slightly before Jewish, but slightly after Jane. This is nuts. How are there this many characters in the goddamn world? I wish there was a way. I wish you could just type in Jerry, right? And it would bring up the religions. But of course you can't do that. It'd be nice if there had a religion search. Or you set a flag for a religion instead. Sort of like, you know, how search engines actually... There we go. Oh my god, it actually is. Jerry King. So this... Point proven right there, right? I have some experience making CK2 mods. Of course, you guys have probably seen every other friggin' series as well that I've modded, which seems to be every friggin' series at this stage. So I can give a little bit of a technical aspect to too. One thing that really irks me about mods is when they run very, very slowly, because there's really no need for it. There are some really, really complex mods out there that... Mythos being an example, actually runs pretty well, given how complex it is. There are certain mods out there, though, that use a lot of events that probably I wouldn't recommend, like scoping to characters pretty frequently, lots of checking events, so every month checking to see if a character have X trait. Mythos is guilty of that with the dragon system. It will check how many sins or virtues you have and then give you a trait depending on that, and that has to update, obviously, whenever you lose a sin or a virtue, so for every dragon character, and that can be pretty heffing big. That was one of the big problems with the last time we played Mad World, playing as the dragons. There were so many dragons, and that was calculating for every single one. It slowed it down so much. So, you know, things like that I would like to talk about as well a little bit for people who are interested in that, but more importantly, people who have, like, lower-end PCs as well. I think it would be of some interest to those guys to know which mods are the more stable ones, or the more forgiving ones, let's put it that way. Great Holy War. Nice, that's mine now. Can we set the Kingdom of Sweden? We can. Okay, the whole reason I'm doing this as well, by the way, is we need three Kingdom level titles to form an empire, and then we can form the Empire of the Fylkyr, which is another thing I want to do with this guy before before we give up on him. Now, Denmark seems pretty easy. That seems like an easy Kingdom level title. The issue with Scandinavia classically is, though, it doesn't have enough provinces to make a custom empire. So you need 180 realm size, which is quite large, or you can just hold 3 Kingdom level titles. Actually, I didn't know that. One of these must be true. I thought it was both in the maybe in the past they've had realm size separate from that. Whereas now they're mutually exclusive, which is quite nice. Because we have that panacea, we can eat it and immediately cure ourselves, which is quite a nice little mechanic there. It's not worth the cost. And obviously that was quite an expensive thing to produce in the first place. Why don't we just quickly grab Denmark and just make an empire out of Sweden and Denmark? And obviously the Kingdom of the Fylkyr as well, because we can do that. And that's another one of my many goals I have with this character. Then we'll see if the Jotnar Fylkyr Empire lasts the test of time. That way we've got a time lapse in as well. And I can check out the Endgame and the Wonders. That's basically where this is, that's where this is going. Right, okay. Score now. We want to take you out from these goddamn Aztecs. Oh, we're in debt. Probably because we've got about 1 million wonders. That's the other thing I'm concerned about. But before we go into that time lapse, I will have to make sure that... Oh, I might also have to give some land away. But I will also need to make sure that... that we have enough gold to be able to maintain all of these wonders up to their highest levels. Anyway, let's grant some my religion, my culture, mans who are not rulers. Okay. Who would like some land? Let's just land all of our own dynasty. I think that's a great decision. Right, Gotland, you can have that one. We've got Magna. That's a pretty good one. That one got me. There we got Bergeslagen for you. Eric can have Smallland. You can have that one. There you go. Thorbrander drives me mad. Yep, okay, good one. We've got Gotland. You can have that one. Okay, so that should be it, right? And then apparently we picked up some other crap. What's this one? Varend. Oh, because we're out of money. So you can say, why the hell can't we make that Dutchy level type? My guy, we own all of it. Probably because of the, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wonders we're building right now. Is that actually 8? Did I just miscount that? No, that's 7. That's definitely 7. I don't know why I said 8. Okay, so we can't go to war either. So what I'm going to do then is... Reinforcement speed, none. Can we break even if we don't have the retinues reinforcing? That's the real question. Capital Gotland, good. Getting the trade chased, I don't think that's good so much. Personally, reorganize the court. Allow us to... Okay, that seems good. So we can use our high stewardship to reorganize the court, which hopefully will give us some build cost reductions. I don't know if that affects the wonders, but that would be kind of nice, given that we are hemorrhaging money right now. Okay, there we go. And we only need 100 gold to be able to obviously blast it with alchemy. So why don't I just take some money out instead, genius? Blood games. Excellent. We're trying to save money, but let's have the blood games in the background. Okay, alchemy, please. Bothilda. So we can basically send someone to go and fight for us in the blood games. Obviously, we're not going to fight. Oh, Hrane of Mara there should be incredible. Is that Mara? Mara? I never know how you say that one. 132. Whoo, that's a heffin' boy. It's got to be our best one. What was the other guy? 57. Plus this guy's a goddamn giant fire giant. Who's also got Surtur's fire. He will win this. Given the best equipment gold can buy. Speaking of gold, we've got none. Oh, God. I'm going to get into shit tons of debt trying to alchemize it. Gambling, kids. Get yourselves into shit tons of debt and then gamble it away. Win. Crowd roars in approval of another warrior forced to the ground defeated. The weakest contenders have been quickly disposed of, leaving space for the more experienced fighters and the blessing of the ground in the arena with their blood. He did it. Hrane up the arena main balcony in order to congratulate him on his victory. Those actions, many souls have been delivered to the gods, saying by his victory has blessed the name of my dynasty. Thank you. The blood games were a success. Without all of that nonsense for 25 prestige. That's not very good. Okay. We need more alchemy, my guy. Blast it. Oh, God. 300 gold. Why? That's not very good. Leave the... Oh, shit. Okay, now we're in just a ridiculous amount of debt, and I can barely alchemize this out of it. One more failed alchemy, and we're big screwed. Please? Why is our money so low? All the wonders are paused. Oh, no, wait. This one's not paused. Why can't I pause it? Oh, because it's complete, genius. What's costing us this much money, then? Retinue upkeep, but I paused it. Oh, whereas it's just the actual retinue of keeping those standing troops. Well, first things first, we obviously need to... The reason our money is so low is because we've got so much land. So that's... I remember. It's all coming back to me now. I kind of want to keep the capital of Sweden. That seems like it would be my type of thing. What about Varen then? Let's make that one. And then we'll give that to anyone who would like this. Well, should have already kept that filter going, huh? Men, not my culture. My religion, my culture. There we go. Who else? I just want my own children to be landed, to be honest with you. Carl Lunatic. Grand Line title. There you go, my friend. Oh, we can only give him, oh, because he's our heir, of course. Have we got anyone else then related to us? Valdemar. Congratulations, young Valdemar. You will learn early. Or you'll be assassinated, one or the other. We've got middle... Oh, Christ, of course we've got the holy site as well. Hang on, I was going to say, that's not ours. I'll give that to a good commander, so that he can potentially hold it. Grim, my good friend Grim, you get to hold Zealand. That is a doomed province right there. Obviously, they're not going to go to war this. Right, that should solve our tax issue. Oof, owie, my gold. Okay, 16.68. So now if we alchemize, it should give us a lot more as well. So let's try that again. Hole in the Wall Act. Feel like it's been a long time since we've had the Hole in the Wall Act. Nice, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now we repay the loans. We'll just repay one, because the other just gives Temple Vassal Opinion, and we're the head of our faith. So I think Temple Vassal Opinion is a little bit pointless, huh? Oh no, they might pay tax to our religious head rather than us, which is us. God damn me and my gold. Right, there we go. Okay, problem solved. Right, let's unpause these wonders again. I have to start building some tax builders as well, like I said before we get onto the time lapse. Right, so why don't we start upgrading... Oh god, should I start upgrading the lighthouse? Can't cost us that much, surely. How much is that? 60? Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. 64 gold per month. Oh, see, that's per year, I should say. Not per month, you fool. Okay, Aztecs, please may we have... Yeland? Or Scorner? Or Shalland? I suppose we'll take Scorner. Let's go for that one then. Okay, move in. Call in the troops. Now what I'm going to do then is quickly blast to the point where we can form our empire. Then we'll let our time lapse happen, and then we'll see if everything falls apart. Well, that gives build time minus 15%. As I said before, I'm not sure that actually affects... Well, we can actually check it. So if it suddenly jumps up, you'd assume it does affect it, but I don't believe it will. I don't believe it will at all. 21.8%. My son died a hero. Oh, no. Died in the Varangian Guard, I would assume there. Okay, cool. 22.8. No, that's the regular game tick, isn't it? So that's not right at all. The war against the Aztecs is going incredibly well, except for the war score. The war score is not. Well, we've called in all our friends, right? We have. Okay, right. Just do it. Just raise some troops in the castle. Let's kill them all. Let's kill... Oh, they've got a lot more men than I anticipated. This could go horribly. It's not worth the cost. We can't really afford to even hire troops right now, huh? I mean, this was the entirety of the Aztec Empire I'm taking on, so it was a brave war in the first place. Let's retreat over there and pull back a little bit. We do have ticking war score, though, because obviously we control the entirety of the war goal. I'll just rely on that. Horrible. Awful war. What a waste of time. Okay, there we go. Nice. How long until we can get Denmark, then? So what more do we need for that? We just can't afford the cost. Oh, no, 35 out of... Damn, there's a lot more to get, huh? Okay, so we could actually go to war against the East Francian Revolt and actually grab a fair amount, too. Okay, that seems like a good idea. I did have to raise a Holy Order there because we were getting basically smashed. So I've hired the Champions of Vigrida, who has helped out massively. And, of course, keep hitting them with the Alchemy, too, has helped out a lot. Good. Okay, so we're going to make the Kingdom level title, like I said, Empire level title. Or make the last Kingdom level title to make the Empire level title. Then we'll make sure the books all balance out right, and then time-lapse time. Thank you very much. That will do as well. Nice. Okay, so how much have we got now, then, is the real question. 50%? Are you kidding me? Shit, we've got to do one more war. We've just been to war with these guys, right? Or is this... Oh, this is actually East Francia. Okay. Troops back down again. Here we go. Round 3. Oh, I should probably get some land out first, but then we go. Then let's go. Holy War for Ireland. That should do it, I think. I hope. I pray. Okay, that should do that one, I think. And now we go Denmark, create. Now the question is, can we create the Empire? No, we need 1,000 gold. Alchemy, do not fail me. This is the one time we need some significant... Where are my troops? Probably like in there. Oh, right, they were at the war goal. Okay, let's do it. I gotta give this one away. Who wants this? Here, you can have this. What is it called? Varda? There you go. You can have this one, my friend. Not interested. Okay, get the troops home, please. I pray this has got to give us 1,000 gold. And then, we're good. Well, no, we're not, because we still got to build the buildings, but we're good. For the love of God. Oh, I found some money. What a... My alchemy worked. All I had to do was ask the Catholic Uprising, the bank politely. Okay, round 2. Alchemy, ding, ding, ding. Playful, fine, whatever. Please. Get out of here. Right, come on. Why can't... Oh, where's my gold gone? Okay, borrow another. Oh, no way did I click that. Oh, right, because I guess we went into debt from the event, didn't we? Okay, not worth the cost. Sure. Not worth the cost. Excellent. That's done it. Ready for this? Look at that. What a horrible colour. The Empire of the Jotnar Fylkyr. Now, that's kind of cool. That's something that's quite fun to do in the base game as well. You could do that with any you know, religious title that is a duke. Kind of with well, I mean, you could do it with the papacy, but I don't think you could do it with the papacy, being that the Pope's not playable. You could do it with any religious title, though, which is kind of fun. Okay, so now we are on to the end game. What do we do? So, we've got to somehow balance the books whilst also being able to maintain this many different wonders being built simultaneously. So, we go to the capsule, and we say, I'll come back when I've got some gold. That's what I'm going to say to start off with here. And what's our monthly balance looking like? 26.66, huh? I guess it would be better, whenever we do alchemy, to pause the wonders. Wait a month for it to tick. Use the alchemy as much as possible, then unpause them. That would make more sense. Anyway, so wait until we're out of debt. Why are we getting so little now? I'm going to actually get rid of the retinues. I'm going to do it, just because that's... for some reason, alchemy is not dependent on your current monthly balance, which kind of sucks. Anyway, what are we up to? 10.95. Okay, 11.10. 11.25. I'll take that. That's good. I need to hire a court educator, because this is driving me fucking nuts. Thank God Glitterhoof is still here, though. Yeah, set up the world's greatest council, first and foremost. Court educator. Someone deal with these children, because they are bugging me constantly. Well, we've already got one. Oh, it's just an event where they bug me constantly, is it? Oh, because they're all prisoners. Right, ransom them all out. Well, there's our money right there. Who needs alchemy when you can just... Man, this is so much better. We should have just been Norse all this time. Turns out, who needs to be a wizard when you can just be a stinky Viking? It's not worth the cost. Right, get rid of everyone else as well. That's too many. Tyranny. Abroad. Kill. All. Goodbye. Nice knowing you all. Okay, well, that's dealt with that problem pretty succinctly, I think. Not that we need that much cash anyway. We'll go ahead and banish the rest, just in case they got a little bit more cash. I think we've got... Oh, there's about 100 gold out of that so far. You, we can't banish. Yeah, but we got about 120 gold out of that, so it wasn't particularly great, I'll be honest. Alright, so now we say... Attempt alchemy. Did I just become the world's biggest turret out of doing that? Became a hemophiliac, which is awesome. This man has performed a notable amount of human sacrifice. I'm not a monster, I'm not a monster, I'm not a monster. Okay, marvelous. Nice. That's looking a lot more closer to what we need. Monster Hunter Revolt. Okay, no, we are a monster. We've been called out as a monster. Why? Oh, because we killed all those people. Oh, remember when we killed all those people? Turns out they don't like that. Anyway, let's get our defenders in here. Because we're defending against a foreign... Wait, no, would it be a foreign faith? They've got the Catholic banner. They are. They're Catholics. Okay. So in that case, we can just annihilate them. It's a little weird that a peasant revolt would spawn in Catholic, but I suppose if it's spawning from a Catholic county... I promise we're a good ruler. Oh, God, that was my son, was it? Oh, no, it was the uprising. Good. Done. Thank you for fighting. Right, put them back down. Oh, they're gone. They're gone. They're already gone. You can die as well. Sacrifice Gregor. Goodbye, Gregor. Nice. Sacrifice to the gods and the It's just like a crappy blot, huh? So alchemize a little bit more. Good. Now we invest. So we take our gold, and while everything is paused, we invest into anything that gives tax income. That's not bad. So we'll go for that one to start off with. I'm going to all of our own personal domain. So we'll go upland next and see what they've got there. Any sort of market towns are fine. Yeah, market villages are going to be a pretty good one to start off with here. Then, beyond that, anything like corn farms, which eventually upgrade into a very good unit, which gives us a lot of gold. So I'm actually going to start... Oh, man, this one's got crap going for it, huh? Is that because it's in... It's in forest. Why can't we build as much stuff here? It's got a sawmill, though. Interesting. So I guess it depends entirely on the terrain, then. Cool. Okay, so the tribe here, I assume it's going to be a similar thing. We've got a lumberjack. We've got... Furrier, what does that get? Tax income +3, I'll take it. Even though that was a slightly more expensive building, we just need that right now. We are going to be running out of time more than anything else at this stage. We're against the clock. The self-imposed clock. I did say this would end on the 20th, it's now the 21st, so we got an extra day out of it. I've sort of ruined my own challenge here, but there we go. Okay, grain farm. Okay, let those build, then we'll pick it back up, see what the balance is like, start unpausing and see if we can't get it balanced here, or at least hopefully being in profit rather than just balanced out. Okay, so this is where I'm going to kick things off from. We're at 12.82 gold per month, minus 50 per month with plus 63 coming in. This has taken me a long time to get all these upgrades in place so that we can get the time-lapse done and sort of see what the endgame of these wonders have, see if the Empire survives and all that crap. I will do a hard save now for those of you who, like I said, might want to explore the save game and maybe forge your own Empire or carry on with the wonders thing and sort of test it for yourself and see what's going on here. Like I said, research series, so you might as well get the most out of it, huh? So, let's do a hard save, and I'm just going to call this the Jotnar Fylkyr, and I'll make this available somewhere. I'll put it up on Mediafire or something like that. And we will kick off the time-lapse while I go make some dinner, because this is going to take, I think, a very long time. Well, look at this. Holy shit. I mean, I kind of expected this to happen, I'll be honest with you, given that we were an absolute powerhouse in Europe at that stage. Just a financial goldmine. I hope our character hasn't died. That's one thing I kind of hope. Now, I always say that, but when the AI takes over, they tend to get the characters killed very, very quickly. So I can't imagine. Oh my god. He's still alive. 170 years old. Look at him. That's... what is that? Oh, he's a Hemoarch who's filled rivers with the blood of his victims. So I added Immortal, by the way, before the timeline, so don't get your hopes up thinking he got the Immortal event. I gave him that one because the Philosopher's Stone does give him Immortal anyway. However, just in case there was an issue with the Philosopher's Stone, just in case, because that has clearly not worked very well, since we've had it like 3 episodes in a row, he's reclaimed that. I thought I'd be giving the Immortal trait just to ensure that they act exactly the same. So what we want to do then is a quick char info here. We want to play as 109865. Wow. What a man. What a beast of a man. Let me just get everything... oops. Let me get everything back set up the way that we like it. Holy shit, he actually got a Grand Palace level 4. On the String Coast of Gotland. Oh, so, hang on. Char info. We good? There we go. On the String Coast of Gotland. So what did he build then? He built a trapdoor, great roads, fancy throne room, dueling room, historic mural, torture chamber, tavern. That's so cool. I love that he actually managed to get to that. So we are actually looking right now. Look at his gold. Has he just been spamming the alchemy, do you think? Absolutely nuts. Right, let's get rid of all of these. How's the realm doing? Is he holding it together? He absolutely is. I can't believe he's done as well as he has. I mean, this is just insane. Maybe one of the top tier characters here. Fylkyr Bergelmere, the Crimson Reaper, the immortal Jotnar Fire. Well, he was a frost giant, wasn't he? I remember him being a frost giant. Master Wizard, Philosopher, Alchemist. More importantly, we can see the endgame wonders now. And he's actually upgraded some of the others as well. I was kind of surprised whether or not they would do that. Interestingly, though, look at that. The AI, from the looks of it, only has one active upgrade at a time. He's got 181,000 gold. His monthly balance is more than high enough. I'm thinking maybe Paradox have added some conservation to it to prevent the AI going too nuts with wonders, which would imply to me that wonders are quite powerful. So let's take a look through first and foremost and see what bonuses he's actually got from all of these wonders. So the Grand Palace of Gotland here gives Dynasty Opinion +3, Drunken Opinion +5, might allow you to remove stress. Obviously, we added that. Local movement speed, morale of armies, monthly prestige, arrest chance, cruel opinion. The arrest chance plus 10% is obviously very, very large. Retinue plus 750. Size plus a flat 20% is huge as well. So if you've got 10,000 retinues, that's another 2,000 on top. Enabled intimidation, just in case you didn't know what 20% means, but I'm just saying it's flat rather than this one, which obviously just gives an additive bonus there. Enables intimidation events. Okay, cool. Personal combat skill +3. Very nice. That's just from Gotland. The Harbour of Trust, he actually hasn't built any upgrades in. I guess, like I said, I think the AI is a bit more conservative about us. They focus on one thing at a time. So I don't think he'd be... right now, he's currently upgrading it to stage 4. I don't think he would be building things alongside that. But we actually can do that. So we can start that off. And then you can see there it's going to take a year. And we can pause it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that gives 10% as well. Interesting. The kinda amphitheatre. As in, it's kinda not built yet. That's quite funny. That's doing very well as well, local revolt risk. Now, I want to see what we've got available in a lot of these as well. So let's start with the statue, because those seem fairly innocuous. They seem fairly low tier in terms of wonder. Like, if you give me the option of building pyramids, a statue, a grand garden, a grand palace, a harbour, whatever, or this, I'd probably go for literally any other thing. So we got Watcher of the Giants. I assume that's added by... Oh, that'd be interesting if they've actually added. I don't believe this is the case. I don't believe Mythos is officially supported, but that might just be a great coincidence. Or it actually might be something Mythos has added. But I think that is just a coincidence, you know? Because obviously Giants play a lot in Scandinavian, Germanic mythology there. Towers, heating pipes. Okay, so the unique ones are at the top. These are all of the unique features. Then after the Watcher of Giants there, they just become generic. So everywhere can have great roads and spikes and hippocaust and heating pipes, etc., etc. Okay, so that one's, like I said, I think the statue is fairly boring, fairly innocuous, but it does give... Is that just a feature of it? Because what's he completely... He's just got the Watchtower network. So it just gives the local revolt risk there, which is fairly dull, I'd say. Temple gives prestige, naturally. Statue of a god. So this is going to be, I assume, a high prestige and religious-based things. Revolt risk is down. That's huge. Temple guards, well... I say that, but it's only a local revolt risk minus 10%. That's not very good at all, because chances are if you're building a temple here, you already have full control over the province. You're not going to build it outside of your homeland or your home duchy, are you? You're not going to take a province, let's say you do an invasion cast spell like Take Island, you're not going to build a great temple there, smack it down immediately. You could, though, but by the time you've actually built the level 1 and actually got the temple guards built for that minus 10 revolt risk, it's going to be your culture, your religion anyway, so who cares? Sacred guard, it's a lot of revolt risk. That seems a little weak to me. I'd like to see a lot more piety building ones. Very few of these actually build up piety. Same religion opinion, diligent opinion, revolt risk. It's all just revolt risk. Okay, so these temples I'm kind of thinking a low tier, because the local revolt risk, like I've said, is pointless. Custodian temple, then you've got your generic ones again. So for your temple, the generic ones seem very, very powerful in that regard. Then we've got the kind of amphitheater, but not really. Naval spectacle. Tax modifier plus 2.5%. Like I said, I think this expansion, or this patch, I don't know what you can call it. I actually mentioned this in Discord earlier, but the fact that Paradox stick a $4.99 price tag on a bunch of eyes, noses, and mouths and sell it as a face pack, and then release this, which has new mechanics, new titles, a whole new holding slot, bunch of new graphics. Their art team must have been working a hell of a long time to crank some of these out. Just a huge new expansion, essentially, or a minor expansion. This is the type of thing, you give the face packs away for friggin' free and slap a $4.99 price tag on this. Why would you not do that? It just seems... Because this literally gives you years of gameplay. Generations of gameplay. Now, it's not particularly thorough gameplay or massive gameplay. And it's mostly, like I said, focused on Republics or apparently Alchemists. But beyond that, it's not... I think it's just so much better than the face packs, to be honest with you. So we've got here, like, random opinion modifier as well. Plus 500 opinion. That seems a weird one. Why would you ever build that? Prestige is okay. Mounted troops, that's pretty large. Enables the recruitment of gladiators. Now, these are the things I'm more interested in, so this one's a good one to remember for the future. Obviously, we can't get it now, because by the time I start, it's going to take another 2 years, so... Master of Games, so basically all of them look like they have a minor title, and then after that it turns into the generic ones. The Gladiator one sounds very unique. Obviously, you go for the unique event-driven ones, I would say, before you build anything else there. Let's check the Monolith in Nidaros there. So we've got, I imagine it's going to be very similar to the Great Temple. Custodian of the Stones, more stones. That's always a good one, huh? It takes 47 years to build more fucking stones. They are big stones, huh? Also, I imagine, like, the tech points of the province or the distance from your realm or something like that plays into it. I don't know why that would take 47 years. I wish there was a breakdown on it, to be honest with you. Yeah, it just doesn't say, does it? Doesn't actually give a stage modifier or what affects how long it takes the stages. Yeah. Oh, that's a real shame. Okay, Sacrificial Loyalty gives Zealous Opinion or Revolt Risk again, move speed, spike, and then it becomes generic. Okay, Monolith, all the funnily enough, the piety buildings I think are crap. I think they're very, very low tier, just judging by what we've seen so far. The Lighthouse then. Artifacts are less likely to be stolen, that's obviously huge, so you can get the same thing in the Pyramids. Morale of armies plus 5%, if that is universal, that's also massive. If that just gives you a flat % morale bonus, that's genuinely, genuinely huge compared to local revolt risk minus 5%, whereas this one's got morale of armies plus 5%. Could just be a provincial one, it doesn't actually say. Normally it would say local morale by 5% or something like that, but the fact that it just says that would imply to me that it's all of your troops, so that's very impressive. Royal Apartments, 6 PL plus 3, that's a cool one. That's quite a nice little feature there. Dynasty Opinion plus 3, the Lighthouse seems very good. Judging by some of the things I've seen here, I think the Lighthouse is definitely one of the top tier ones. Lighthouse, I do like the harbour as well. For us, not great, but for Merchant Republic, it's huge. Trade value plus 30 from Piers there, Piers Morgan. Tax modifier plus 10% from the local tax too. Grand Harbour in Venice, with the trade value, with the tax modifier, it's going to be massive. You also get galleys plus 50%. That's huge. Siege speed plus 15%. That's got to be universal. It's not just going to give 15% bonus to the units that you get from the harbour. What, boats? It doesn't make any sense, obviously. So, I'm assuming, I'm going to take a safe assumption that is all universal. That's big. Siege speed plus 15% is absolutely insane. We've got Master of the Tides Minor Turtle there, of course. Like I said, they all give that. So the Harbour is definitely Harbour, Lighthouse, top tier. The Amphitheatre seems very good as well. Temple seems shit. Statue seems shit. So then our Grand Palace is actually built a lot in here. So Rest Chance plus 10% is very, very good. Movement speed is on everything. Fancy Throne Room gives prestige. The Dueling Room seems fun. Personal Combat plus 3. Brave Opinion plus 5. Playing Norse, playing in the Warrior Societies. That's obviously going to be quite relevant. Dynasty Opinion plus 3, that obviously stacks with what we saw, I believe it was in the Lighthouse. So those together are giving you plus 6 with all your Dynasty members. That's quite significant. Cruel Opinion plus 10, and obviously the Torch Chamber is quite a fun little event there. Almost like Sway and Antagonize, Antagonize specifically, but on steroids, right? Because it's almost instantaneous there. This is cool. And then, of course, we've got our the other on-built parts of the palace there. So unique ones, Fertility plus 5%, big. Throne of Skulls, that's cool. What do we need to build that? Is there anything we have that... Any character, so we just need to have any character in our kill list. Impressive. That's very cool. Okay, seems a bit, it would be nice if it actually had a count, so like 30 characters in your kill list, and then you can build this. That might be true. Sometimes the tooltips in CK2 are a little bit hit and miss. They're not okay. Especially with like events, if you have 2 random outcomes from events, sometimes it could just say 70% of no effect, 30% of no effect. But it actually does have an effect. And then, of course, Royal Custodian. The Golden Throne is obviously very good as well. I assume you can only build one of these, right? Golden Throne of Skulls? That'd be kind of cool. I'm really glad I did this. Seeing the endgame for the Wonders is very impressive, and I think a Wonder Republic would be nuts. I think that'd be absolutely insane. Like, actually incredibly overpowered. This type of money that we had to put down for this series is not unbelievable by this date for Venice. If you start at, you know, the 8th century, 9th century as Venice, and then by this stage, you would be getting a decent amount of gold if played properly. It's pretty insane. Byzantines have also on their way to forming the second Rome there, so that's fairly impressive. World's looking fairly standard. Mali, Mongol Empire, Rajasthan, yeah, it all looks fairly standard besides the Jotnar Fylkyr. UK is a mess. The Aztecs have sort of stuck down roots there, huh? Yeah, that's been fun. I've really enjoyed looking at these wonders. I think it's a great little feature. One of my favourite. Can you say features of Holy Fury? Like I said before, I feel like this is something they had in the works, but didn't just have enough time to include it to the degree that they wanted to. So obviously, it's still even now a little unpolished, and this is what 4 weeks, 5 weeks. No, this is, when did Holy Fury come out? November. So this is like 6 months after Holy Fury at this stage. 5-6 months, depending on what time of November it came out. So it's been quite a while. It's very impressive, though. I enjoyed this one a lot. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have liked this series as well. It's more a little research one. If you like this type of thing in the future, let me know, and we'll probably do something a bit more analytical. I know, obviously, it's not good for the YouTube analytics, no pun intended, to be doing like a research series in CK2, because there's only about 12 people actually interested in that. But I think it's been very fun. Thank you all for watching. Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons, who I'm hoping have enjoyed this series as well. A big thank you to Justin Wallace, Harik, Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Baniel, Sudini, Conspiracy, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Escape, Facundo Vasquez, Haydog, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Michael Mullen, Necrofilm, Palvis Presley, Sean Thornton, Smirtworm, Tom Terror 18, Vacuous Backers, Wolfsen, and Zazzy 7011. Thank you all for your support, the insane tier levels on Patreon. Thank you for keeping the channel alive, and I hope you guys have, like I said, enjoyed this small, very different series. Don't normally do things like this, so very much an experimental thing, but we've learned a lot, and that's the important thing. And a big shout out as well to Gray, Nathaniel Lundberg, Luan and Thomas, Asaro, Betimus Max, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don 2217, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Zerka, Haji Damar, Hancock, Harry McGowan, Icy the Great, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Joran De Vries, John Holiday, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plock, Nathan Flores, Matthew, Nick, Panther Pearl, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, Sir Thor the Swede, Shari, Wolfie, Zico, and in person, Sidini, Fraser Brennan, Noah Gallimore, and the Insane Pickle. Thank you all as well.